Okay, now for a normal, regular video. It is Monday, November 5th, possibly? Saturday? Yeah, November 5th. And I'm thinking hard today. Like, I'm really processing hard. And, I was thinking about different people, how crazy it is how different people are from each other. It's such a beautiful thing, but yet I had this thought go through my mind that, maybe that's part of the reason I personally struggle, because I see people that are struggling more than me, and of course my natural nurturing side kicks in, and I want to find ways to help them, and then I have to come back and be like, well, if I can't help myself, how am I going to help them? I mean, there's always little ways you can help people, but even just sending them good energy and letting them know that you're there and that you support them and that you love them, or whatever the case is. But then there's other people that just seemingly have this beautiful life. I have a good friend of mine, and he owns his own business. He has a beautiful home. Both of the homes that I've been to that he's had were just beautiful homes, decorated beautifully. He's got a beautiful girlfriend, beautiful, wonderful children that are just amazing. And of course that's due to, in my opinion, not only genetics but parenting. He's got all these routines in place that just make his life seem so beautiful and so effortless. And I really struggle with that sometimes, because I feel like, why can't I get my shit together to that level? And a part of me thinks and maybe knows that I will never have that, and it's frustrating because I naturally want what he has, to have that beautiful life that just seems to flow so wonderfully. There's I'm sure he has his ups and downs, but there doesn't seem to be for him that daily struggle that I go through mentally, of wanting more for myself and for my family, and having to come to grips with that. And I think that a lot of people struggle with that. Of course, it's been talked about by many other people. I think Kellyanne Maddox talked about it the other day, and I think that Andrew Martin also spoke about it the other day. And I've also discovered Valerie Love, Reverend Valerie Love, and I think I watched one of her videos talking about a similar topic. And I think it's just really easy to get wrapped up in what you wish your life was, and seeing people that have those aspects in their life. And, it's a little frustrating. It's a little depressing. It makes you feel a little depressed. And for me, because I regulate my thoughts carefully, I'm like, okay, well, how do I get that? What do I do to have that, or at least a little part of that, or at least be working towards that? And my mind races so much, and I have so much going on all the time, that I can never process that. I get about as far as thinking of what could I do, and I might come up with one or two things, and then my brain's off onto another subject. And sorry, I'm so bouncy. Sorry. What happens when you video in the car, I guess. So I don't know. I guess I wanted to touch on that subject and elaborate that, I guess it's fairly normal, if not completely normal. We all have our own goals and expectations for ourselves and our lives, and we really all can be doing something every day to work towards that. Even if it feels like every time you turn around you're hitting a wall, or you have obstacles coming up all the time. But I mean, I've said it 100 times already, and I'll say it again, your mindset makes all the difference. Your mindset's what keeps you moving forward. So I don't know, just my little thought and ramble for the day. Man, I drive past a pumpkin patch every day, and And there's probably 2,000 or 3,000 pumpkins still sitting in there. It's now November, what'd I say, 5? And all those pumpkins are going to go to waste. It's crazy. And yet people go to the store and spend $12 for a freaking pumpkin when half of them are going to waste. And the price of the pumpkin is because so many of them are going to waste. So they have to make up that profit somewhere else. I just feel like it would make more sense to only plant less and have that difference be lower. You know, don't plant 5,000 pumpkins if you're only going to sell 2,000 of them. You know, plant 4,000 pumpkins and, you know, reduce that margin. I guess you can't really estimate how many pumpkins are going to grow off of one seed, because one vine doesn't necessarily just produce one pumpkin. You could get 6 pumpkins off of one seed, or you could get 1 pumpkin off of one seed. So I guess, you know, that's a little trickier than as much as just saying, oh, I'm planting less pumpkins this year. Maybe they just had a really good year. I don't know. Anyway, talk about rambling. I'm gonna go and gear up for my 10-hour shift, and fingers crossed that they didn't post that we're having another mandatory Saturday, because I don't think I can handle another one. 56 hours for 3 weeks in a row is about my limit. I need a regular, normal week. But I don't dare take time off because I'm tired, because then something will go wrong and I'll lose time. So, yeah, keep trudging through. Tomorrow's a new day. Let's make today as good as possible and plan as much as we can for tomorrow while doing the best we can today. I will talk to you later. Bye.